let's close out the show on a strong note. Let's go into the main event, the NFL regular season main event. Los Angeles Chargers will be going into Las Vegas as 3-point road favorites. And obviously we talked to a lot of Raiders on the show. This was a very Raiders dominated podcast. So if you're listening to just a segment, go back and listen to the start. Go do it. But what I will say is, we didn't expect we'd be here. I did not expect we'd be here, certainly, especially when we did the Colts Raiders preview last week. We're both on the Colts. We thought there is no way in hell that this Raiders team is going against the Colts, who have just been playing their best ball and winning. But then Carson Wentz had other plans. And here we are. The Raiders are in a win or in, do or die game here for the final AFC wildcard spot, which I know there's the popular meme that, yes, Jacksonville could beat the Colts and then they could just tie it out. But no, that's not happening, folks. That's not a thing. So just let's just stomp that possibility. Fun little treat there, fun little nugget, but not a thing that's happening. It's either going to be the Raiders or it's going to be the Chargers winning this one. From a entertainment standpoint, we would love to see a possibility of Justin Herbert in the playoffs. We would love to see Justin Herbert out there living his best life. And
round 3 of Herbert versus Mahomes.
Possible round 3 of that as well, which was one of the best Thursday night games of the year, even though we talked about fast food and other stuff on that entire breakdown of that. But that's another fun thing to go check out as well. But from a narrative standpoint, I got to say, this Raiders team, man, I tell you what, they have a lot of fight. Come on, do we got a little Groot in here? Come on, Kyle.
I got it somewhere. Let me get it deep in the archives here. Hey, I'll tell you what, man, we got ourselves a hell of a matchup here in week 18. How about that? A week 18 for the first time. How about that?
Now, Coach Gruden, what have you been up to in the last few weeks?
Dirty Gruden's not ready to come out yet. I'm still not ready to debut Dirty Gruden at this point, but I hope people got that on the video. We're only talking about week 18 and the Las Vegas Raiders, man, at 9-7, even though they should have lost to Nick Mullins 3 weeks ago, man. I'll tell you what, the Raiders, gosh, what a year, man. What a year for the Las Vegas Raiders. Going from being 5-2 to going to 6-7 and beating the Browns. And I think oh God, Dirty Gruden's running out here. I think they beat the Broncos by only like 4 points. It's like 17-13.
Margin of victory has not been very strong in these wins here.
Yeah, or offensive output hasn't been strong either. They also have done this without Waller, which is the other surprising part.
No kidding. I think they get him back for this game too, which is a big boost for their offense, obviously. But I guess the bottom line, and I've alluded to this before, I just don't think that they're as good offensively play calling. Even though we had a taste of Gruden here on this game preview here, they could use a taste of Gruden in their locker room from a standpoint of offensive play calling, because Greg Olsen, Rich Spaccio, they just aren't good. Spaccio, I'll give credit to him. He is a good special teams coach, and that's where he belongs, as opposed to being the head coach of a contending team here in early January, because now that's the new standard of NFL football. Early January is what we're talking about for potentially making the playoffs here. But Rich Spaccio normally should not be in the spot, but because of odd circumstances, here he is. Greg Olsen, on the other hand, should just not be in the spot because Greg Olsen is a terrible offensive play caller. And I will stand by that till the end of time. He's up there with Todd Downing, who I guess technically I've been praising because I've been high on the Titans, but that's whatever. Todd Downing, do your thing, whatever.
What about that guy who was also the offense, like Todd Monken, I think, was like the offensive coordinator for the Browns.
Listen, we got Matt Canada walking around there in Pittsburgh as well.
Yeah.
There's plenty of bad OCs there, but I just think Greg Olsen, you would probably put in your bottom tier if we were doing some power rankings of all the OCs in the game of football today. And I think another part of that's obviously hurt Derek Carr. His numbers are far from where they were at the start of the season. Derek Carr was on pace to set all these NFL records at the start of the season, but we have not seen that Derek Carr in weeks. We've seen some good Hunter Renfrow recently, so shout out to Hunter Renfrow for being one of the most dynamic little
it's
play
such
callers,
bullshit that he's got 1,400 yards. I can't let this get by. It's such bullshit that he has 1,400 receiving yards this year. It's just ridiculous.
Haters gonna hate. Third and Renfrow.
Oh, I love Renfro. I also love the former Padre Hunter Renfro. No, Hunter Renfro was amazing. He was the guy who was 38 years old with 3 children at Clemson. And now he's also apparently 25 and has been balding for 8 years. It's kind of incredible. But yeah, no, I feel like Carr's numbers started going down as soon as Waller got hurt. I can't confirm that, but it feels like a ballparky true thing.
I think Ruggs too, definitely, has been impactful on.
Yeah, but they kind of just plugged in
numbers.
Deshaun Jackson and kept it moving at that point.
Really? But, I mean, he just doesn't have as much, at this point in his career, doesn't have as much in his bag as
certainly true. But at the same point, the Raiders have just kind of kept it moving. It confirms the point that I say, which is Derek Carr is as good as the team you put around him, which is a pretty good bar to hit. Like, he's the 15th best quarterback in the NFL, and that's still pretty good. We've had a principle all year, and if I bail now, then who am I? This game is a total coin toss. Let me just put it out there. This game's a total coin toss. You could flip a coin to decide who wins. Total coin toss. Raiders are not that talented. Chargers have palpable flaws all across the defensive line. Offensive line needs some help. They're about 2 weapons short on offense, like noticeable holes on the Chargers. But we've been saying all year, whenever you think the Raiders are good, whenever you start to think in your mind that the Raiders are a good team, they are not. This has been true for 20 years. And if not true now, then when will we ever stand by our principles that the Raiders are not allowed to be good at football? So I'm taking the Chargers to win, get the 7th seed, and play Patrick Mahomes on Wild Card Weekend.
What are we if we don't have our principles? What are we if not entertainers? And that is why, you know what? Let's just screw it. 5 out of 5. I'm going with it. Raiders, we're going to disagree across the board all this week, to see how the final chips land where they may.
It's going to be so perfect when you get the first 3 right, and then the Cardinals win, and then the Raiders win at the Cardinals and the Chargers win at the end, and then I still get to win the title.
Or I just go 0-5 and we'll just call it a day. But no, I think I'll probably have some. It's week 18. We'll have some stupid bullshit happen here, I'm sure. But nonetheless, I don't know, man. I don't believe in the Raiders per se here. I look at the team, like we mentioned, their flaws offensively. Defensively, they can give you a different team each and every week because they certainly have playmakers. They're not for lack of playmakers on this current iteration of the Raiders defense. And the last time they played the Chargers obviously ran away with the victory. I believe that was also a Monday Night Football game as well. But I think similar to how we were looking at Cliff Kingsbury and questioning him, I'm starting to look at Brandon Staley. I'm starting to look at Justin Herbert. I'm starting to look at the Chargers and question how much that they're willing to play hard in these late December games, these January games, these games that matter for the playoffs. I mean, how do you drop a game against the Texans like they did a couple weeks ago? when you know the playoffs are on the line, this is a team that we should just run over, and you get dropped by the Houston Texans. I think that they just have that little bit of doubt that creeps in your mind. You talk about principles of the Raiders. Counting on the Chargers is also like one of those things too that I have a hard time believing. You relate more than I do. You grew up watching.
Worse.
Yeah, way worse. You grew up with the San Diego Superchargers here, my friend. And
oh yes, many tortured years.
You grew up with, what was it, 2006, 2007 with the Marlon McCree fumble. And
I was a child for Marlon McCree. My earliest football memory was the Peyton Manning Super Bowl against the Bears, and that was 2 weeks after Marlon McCree. So we have Marlon McCree. We have Phillip Rivers tearing his ACL and still playing in the AFC Championship game. We have losing to the Jets after winning 14 consecutive games. That was a real bad one. The year that we were number 1 in offense and number 1 in defense and still missed the playoffs. Yeah, no, it's tortured to be a Chargers fan. Except we got that one magical 2013 season.
That's just in my mind when I'm thinking about this game. That's just sitting in there. It's like, I know the Chargers are good. I know they have the talent. They have the playmakers. They have all the right things going in their direction, but they're the Chargers.
And so you trust the team that has not won a playoff game in 20 years and has only played in one in 20 years.
Again, I don't trust the Raiders. I don't trust anyone. This is real life adulting. I don't trust no one, my friend. But I just here to disagree with you. Here just make the argument.
Like I said,
Yeah,
This is the one you should disagree on. This is a total coin toss of a game. I think the Chargers are 3-point favorites, and they usually say home team, road team swings 3 points. This game is a complete toss up. One of them is going to get the playoffs. And if the Raiders get the playoffs, they get to be the 6th seed, which is hilarious. And if the Dolphins beat the Patriots, they get to be the 5 seed. And that is just stupid that the Raiders have a chance to walk away with the 5 seed after all of this, even though I know they are not good at football.